All right.
Hit me.
So, tell us who you are.
My name is Margie Dillenberg. I'm a first-year doc student at Boston University, and I'm the former operations officer and movement director of Invisible Children.
Invisible Children. So, in the news, I mean, it is a internet phenomenon right now.
Yes.
There has been this hashtag Coney12 and a
Yes.
whole lot of other things. Tell us a little bit about what that's about.
Well, last year, People Magazine called, what was it, do you remember the person of the year was like not the reformer? I keep wanting to say
the protester.
the protester, the
Yeah,
activist, or the
activist.
protester.
Right.
And so one of the concepts for our next campaign was this. So last year was the year of the protester. This is going to be the year for justice. A lot of these terrible dictators have been brought to justice, or at least brought to the public conversation in the last few months. And the fact that Joseph Kony, the first indicted criminal of the ICC, isn't in, table conversation, we found that a travesty, and also because it's our life. So we understand the atrocities of this war, but there's really no foreign entanglement that affects the United States, and so we sort of feel there's that double standard of, because it doesn't affect us, it's been left off the conversation. And so that's how that conversation started, that's how that concept started, and being an election year, and the last election year, using the Shepard Fairey Hope campaign for Obama, we sort of borrowed some of those same psychological concepts of like these vague campaign ideas, and we came up with the idea of Coney 2012. So in this year where we're talking a lot about candidacy, a lot about issues, and these candidates are really famous, we want to make another name famous, and that's Joseph Kony.
How about that? So this has resonated with people. I give us a sense as to what your hits and everything else have been like over the course of the last week.
Well, in the last 2 days, so Coney 2012, the film, has been in production for several months now, and it was released for free on March 5th at noon, I believe, Pacific Standard Time. And we had already an army of young people who've been supporting us in the movement for years. They've been fully aware of this date, and they were ready to jump as soon as, and make it go viral. And we had the goal of 500,000 people.
So what'd you get?
And we accomplished our goal and then decided to up the ante a little bit, and it ended up to be 4 million people in less than 48 hours.
Really?
And overnight, I mean, we've had everybody from Kim Kardashian to Dina from Jersey Shore to Rihanna hashtag us. I think the latest one I read was P. Diddy, talked about how he wants to help make him famous, and he asked all his Twitter followers to retweet his tweet. And it's just been phenomenal, the response. It obviously exceeded our expectations. We always set our goals very high, and we thought 500,000 was accomplishable, but still challenging. But then to hit 4 million, it just certainly hit the tipping point and proved a little Malcolm Gladwell theory for us. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Now, do you think this is a generational thing? Is this just young people, mostly young people? Do you know anything about the demographics?
Well, our demographic, our key target area is usually like high school and college students, and I would say if you were brought up in a world where you use Facebook more than email, you do have a generational advantage to understand what this concept of Coney 2012 is, but we certainly don't want to limit it, and some of our best, like our staff members, I'm over 30, so I remember joining Facebook the first year. We, 5 of us are in this small room in El Cajon, California, trying to figure out how to end this war. I'm like, and one of my friends who just graduated from UCLA said, you have to get on Facebook. I remember begrudgingly starting a Facebook page, and now I have no idea how I would ever be part of this movement or even be capable in my job without it. So I think it is generational, but more, you're on Facebook, you're on Twitter.
Original.
Yeah.
So,
OG.
Yeah, I'm an OG on Facebook. Why do you think this resonates so much with young people, or is resonating so much in general?
I think it's resonating so much in general, number one, because after the Arab Spring, and that being so inspirational, and these really bad guys responding to the voice of, the people, this idea of a democratic republic, is an inspiring idea. And when you see it work, I think hope gains momentum. I also think we have sort of like a vacuum of heroes in the United States. I think with the age of information, we find out, we have a day celebrating Christopher Columbus, and then years later we find out he's kind of a big jerk, but it's already in the calendars. And so I think a lot of people feel lied to about that common American hero, and that whole story of heroes and bad guys is just something in our DNA anyway. And when we can see that hero in ourselves, and we can see that bad guy so obviously bad, when it's so cut and dry, and that action step being so clear, that it inspires something that good in all of us, thinking with this lack of common American hero, maybe I'm the hero I've been waiting for, maybe that's inside me.
Right.
And then it adds to the collective conscience, I think.
So quick final thing, what brought you to this work?
Well, that's a really long story. I think my friends and I saw something and we wanted to do something about it. And honestly, if I didn't have that community of people making me better and pushing me and calling out the individual strengths in myself, I might have quit a long time ago. I can see that. I could see that propensity in myself. But after you see it work and you get involved, and then you see these problems and you go on to actually change, then you see students getting involved and them change and believe in themselves again. Just seeing the students get involved. I mean, I'm a vocational teacher. That's who I am, and so it just ignites some internal, the dreamer in me.
And you're a doctoral student. Tell us just quickly about your work.
Well, I'm trying to figure that out right now. And right now I'm a little consumed and neglecting my work somewhat because of all this, but I really am interested in social movements, obviously, and civic organizing, and what are the pieces. Well, okay, I'll try to sum this up as quick as I can. I believe that if we stop Kony, but we don't teach people how to stop Konys after this, I think we've done a disservice to the world, because problems will keep popping up, but people who can solve that problem are the deterrent for those problems ever happening, and I think that's the real source. I think you can find that in education. Again, like I said, I'm a teacher by vocation. I believe that's what changes things, and I believe in this new cross-border global citizen and building an empathic civilization. That's what I believe in, and I want to try. I want to try to see if this model is replicable.
All right, tell us what you're reading.
I'm reading...
Aside from your textbooks and your
Jeremy
doctor's
Rifkin's Empathic Civilization is just probably the best book. I read a lot of Wendell Berry. What else am I reading? I just finished Samantha Power's Problem from Hell, which I recommend to everybody. Mm-hmm. And I'm trying to think, I just bought another book about, and I can't remember the title right now, but it's about the formation of the International Criminal Court.
Gotcha. And what's on your playlist? Who are you listening to? Who's inspiring you now?
Oh, I am so behind on my music.
Sorry.
I'm obsessed with anything folky, so probably Frightened Rabbit, and yeah, they're probably the people I've been playing the most.
Very cool.
Mm-hmm.
All right, big shout outs to who? Anything?
To the Invisible Children Club at BU and Amanda. She's an amazing, she's a 20-year-old sophomore, and this girl's going to kick some serious booty. And we have a meeting on Wednesday. I guess that's March 8th at 8:30 p.m. and look on, I'm not sure where. I think there's a Facebook page or a group page, and you can find it on the BU calendar, so show up to our meeting.
Fantastic. Thanks.
Thank you.